Hi friends, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about variables in SQL Server. So please try to watch all my previous videos so that you'll get more understanding on different technologies like SQL Server development, performance tuning, Power BI and DAX, and integration services. Now we'll go to the SQL Server Management Studio. There we can understand today's video demo. So now we'll start coding. Okay, so I'm just changing my database name. So variables. So basically we have two types of variables. One is local variables, another one is global variables. Okay, so we'll try to understand both. So here variables are two types. One is local variables, another one is global variables. Okay, so global variables. Okay, we'll try to understand where you can use the local variables and where we can use the global variables. So why, first of all, why we need variables? Okay, if you want to store data, we can use variables. Okay, so if you want to store data, we can use the variables. So how we can declare the variables and how to assign the values to the variables, how to call, we'll try to see step by step. So for using any kind of variable, first we need to declare the variable and we need to assign what kind of data it's getting stored. For example, so first I'm declaring declare. So basically local variables are start with the single @. Okay, so number. So in this of number variable, what data we are storing? For example, I'm storing integer. Okay, so after that we need to assign some values to this variable. For that, set number equal to 10. Okay, first I'm declaring so number variable. After that I'm assigning some values to this variable. Finally I'm calling select of number. So if I execute this one, we can see that so we are getting 10 because here I am declaring variable, I am assigning this value to this variable, and finally I am calling. Okay, so likewise we can declare, we can assign some values to this variable, and finally we can call this variable. So like this we can create the variables. So if it is single @ means it's a local variable only. Okay, for example, now I'm calling the same variable select of number. So if I try to execute this one, you will get an error. Must declare the scalar variable. Okay, for example, if I am trying to call this variable, so you will get an error because I have specified go. It means that so within this session this batch is ending. Okay, so it's not able to find where we are declaring the variable by the name of @ number. So that is the reason whenever I specify the go means that batch got ended. So this is the separate batch and this is the separate batch within the session. For example, in case if I remove the go means I can call happily, there is no error at all. Okay, so if I specify go means here, so the batch is completing within the session. So this is the separate batch and this is the separate batch. So that is the reason it's not able to find where we are the declaration for this variable name. Okay, so in case if I declare again, declare number integer data type, set number 10 as new variable, you can give any name. Now I'm executing both. Now there is no error at all. So within the session also we can declare multiple batches. By specifying the go, we can differentiate one batch to another batch because same variable name. So here also @ of number, here also @ of number, there is no difference at all. so for the name, but by specifying go we are differentiating the this is the separate batch and this is the separate batch. Okay, so likewise we can declare the variable and we can assign some values to this variable and finally we can call it as. Okay, sometimes you used to declare like this also, declare number integer. So here itself we can assign the value. Instead of writing again separate line set number is equal to 10, I can declare here itself same thing I can assign, and finally I can call it as select rate of number, just execute it, see 10. So we can declare, we can assign the value, and finally we can call like this, and we can do like this also. So there is no problem at all. So it's up to the requirement, up to the way we write the code, so we can do anything, there is no problem. So far we are giving the static value. For example, if you want to store the value from the variable, how we can do that, we'll try to see that. So for that, declare so name varchar 100 set name. I'm trying to declare some value for this variable, select star from tb employee where gender equal to male. Okay, so I want to store some value into this variable. For that I have written this query. Let me execute first. Okay, there's no value. Okay, I will give f. Okay, now execute. Now you can see that so many rows, so many columns are there. Okay, so whatever the data it's coming by executing this query, I am trying to store into this variable. So we'll see that whether it is successful or it will give some error. We'll try to understand what it is going to happen. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to store this data into this variable. So whether it is possible or not, we'll try to understand. Okay, just click and execute. So what I'm getting, only one expression can be specified in the select list when the subquery is not rendered by. So basically it's giving error. So it is stating that multiple columns are returning. Okay, no problem. I'll try to take single column. So I'm taking one of the column, that is title. So first we'll try to understand what it is returning. So select title from this table. So it's returning a lot of rows. Okay, so it is returning almost 82 rows by executing this query. Now again I'll try to execute one more time. So what is happening? Subquery return more than one value. This is not permitted when the subquery follows equals. So again it's giving some kind of error. Okay, so what it is trying to explain, so what are the query we are trying, it's giving more than one value. So when you specify the equal operator, it's not possible. So that's why I'll try to take top one, some value. Okay, now this time we'll try to understand. First of all, we'll try to execute this one. Okay, it is returning randomly top one value. This time we'll see that. Yeah, this time we are getting the output because this query is returning only scalar value only, single value only. So that is reason it's able to give the output properly without any errors. Okay, so we can get the value from the table also, or we can hard code it. So we can do different ways as for our requirement. Okay, even you can specify multiple variables within the single declare statement. So for example, what do you mean by that? Declare so name, so varchar, so instead of name I'll try to make it first name, declare declare second name varchar. Okay, for example I want to declare so two variables, so same data type only. Okay, So instead of specifying like this, why can't I specify single declare statement? Instead of writing two declare statement, I can specify in a single declare statement also. So for that, declare first name varchar second name varchar. Like this also we can specify. And finally I am assigning value. Set first name equal to Venkat. Set second name equal to Ram. And finally we can call select first name comma second name. Even if you want, you can give the alias also, there is no problem as first name as second name. Okay, sorry, it's second name. So let me execute. So like that we can specify, we can assign. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm trying to declare two variables by using declare. Instead of using multiple times, I can declare in the single declare statement multiple variables. So no need to write so too many declare statements for declaring any kind of variable with the same data type. For example, if it is different data types, what will happen? For example, if I try to declare different data types, so what will happen? We'll try to understand. Declare first name varchar. Okay, so second variable is number int. Okay, set first name is Venkat. So number is equal to, okay, if I declare like this, it's not giving an error, but while assigning any values to these variables by specifying comma separator, it's giving syntax error. Okay, it's showing incorrect syntax. We cannot do like this. By assigning any values, you must declare separately only. Okay, while giving any values to the variables, we need to define separately only. If you do the single set statement, it's giving syntax error. So again, set number is equal to 10, and finally we can call select first name as first and number as NOV. Now I'll try to execute. Now we can see that, so this is the varchar data type, this is the integer data type. So we can declare same data types within the single declare statement with multiple variables, and also we can declare different data types variables multiple in the singular declare statement only. We can execute both also, there is no problem at all. It works like anything. Okay, likewise we can declare, we can call the variables on. So variables are very important in the real-time oriented. We can use any kind of procedure or functions, wherever most of the cases we can deal with the regular basis. Okay, so this is called local variables. For example, if you want to create global variables, how to create and where you can see the global variables, we'll try to understand. So basically global variables we cannot create it, so we'll try to use that by using select. So these are all the global variables. Now we can see the global variable. Okay, so for example, if you want to understand, so anything, transactions, yeah, so this is one of the global variable, transaction count. So what it is saying, returning 0 means if there is any transaction so available within the session, it returns 1. Okay, if at least one of the transaction available within the session, it returns 1 instead of 0. Okay, and also we can see some other global variables. Select So language, for example, so what kind of language I'm using for this one, we'll try to see that. So us underscore English, and also we can understand what kind of version I'm using. So version, so SQL Server 2000 version, SQL Server 2012 SP1 service pack 1 version I'm using. So this is the global variable, this is the another global. So likewise we can use global variables, but local variables we have to create ourselves. Okay, so this is the local variables and this is the global variables. So basically we can differentiate between the local and global is, so for the local variables we have only single at the rate, but when it comes to global variable we have two at the rate. Okay, so these are all given by the Microsoft. I didn't create it, so this is given by the Microsoft only, but these things are created by us only. So I think that's all for today's video. I hope you like this video. If you have any questions or queries, you can send me an email or drop your comments in the comment section, so that I'll try to reply as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you.